When you are out in the market looking at watches with 36mm case sizes, there are not many options that you will come across, and the ones that you will eventually find may have more differences in the looks and aesthetics than you would imagine. We live in the times where we many times buy watches not only because of the looks or even the function, rather how they fit on our wrist. The times where the watch with highest accuracy is not always what we seek, rather the one that offers the experience and the looks that we desire. And the times when priorities are largely driven by not just the size of the watch, but how compatible and wearable it is to our wrists. What matters many times is not just how the watch looks in general, rather how you look when you are wearing the watch, and if the watch aligns with your lifestyle, wrist size, physique and personality. And then a watch can be any level of being beautiful on paper or photos. If it's not the right size or fit for you, it simply isn't for you. What's even more interesting is that at this level of consideration and admiration, we start to look past the size and paper specs. We look at the finish and surface treatment of the case, the thickness, case profiles and angles. If you have watched my comparison video of OP41 versus the DJ41 as per the link above, you would know that although on paper they are both 41mm case sizes, yet the dimensions were different, not just for the crystal and the case, but also for the horizontal span. Seeing those differences in their wearability, I was personally very curious to find out if the case sizes between OP36 and DJ36 also have similar differences, and if so, which one wears larger between the two. So before we go too down the line, I measured all the same dimensions on these watches as I did for OP41 and DJ41 as per the link above. And I can confirm that both of these watches have exactly the same case, meaning there's practically no difference in any dimension, and in terms of how they would wear on the wrist would be exactly the same. To picture the size of these watches, the size of case measured at the outer extremity of the bezel on both of these watches is 35.16mm. To show the size of the face of the watch or the dial, I measured the size of crystal on top, and it came out to be 30.09mm on both of these watches. The size of case measured diagonally just above the crown returned the reading of 36.07mm on both of these watches. This means that both of these watches are true 36mm case sizes as opposed to OP41, which has the diagonal measure of 39.5mm, although the case is marketed at 41mm. The size of the case with crown included on both of these watches is 38.11mm. How the watch wears on the wrist isn't so much determined from its case size, rather its lug to lug height, which on both of these watches measured with my caliber came out at 43.15mm. The width of the case horizontally, measured at the narrowest point on both of these watches, is 24.05mm. Although the case sizes are the same on both of these watches, the case treatment isn't so much the same. On OP36, we have the case sides that are fully polished, but if you look at the top surfaces of the lugs, they are brushed, and this aligns very well with the tool, casual and sporty nature of the watch. The bezel remains polished and the case sides match the polished treatment to add a contrast to the watch. On DJ36, the watch has more classier and formal looks, and not just the bezel and case sides are polished, rather the top surfaces of the lugs are also polished. So there's basically no surface on the case that's brushed on DJ36. The dials are also slightly different in both of these watches. DJ comes with longer hour markers than we see on the OP, and then DJ has thinner minute graduations at the dial periphery as opposed to OP, where we have square-shaped dots over each hour marker. Another interesting design character is that DJ comes with bevel facets at the hour markers only on two sides along their length. whereas on OP36, all the 4 sides of our markers have beveled edges, which would mean that although it is lower priced, the hour markers on OP36 are more intricate and will play with the light more frequently, brilliantly and beautifully. Now, although the DJ36 I have in this comparison comes with smooth bezel and oyster bracelet, and that makes it more similar looking to OP36, if you are considering the DJ with fluted bezel, the size measured at outer extremity of the bezel may slightly be different. And if you're also considering the one with Jubilee bracelet, although the width of bracelet will remain the same, the overall vibe will completely change. Both OP and DJ come with the same 20mm wide bracelet, but where on OP36 we have a fully brushed bracelet that maintains its sporty characters, on DJ36 we have bracelet with center links that are fully polished, and the side links come with same brush treatment as OP36. If you choose to go with Jubilee bracelet on DJ36, it also has center links that are polished, so the overall dressier vibe will remain, if not enhanced. Similar is the case with the clasp, and we have polished center part on the DJ, as opposed to OP where the clasp is fully brushed just like the bracelet. The width of clasp on both of these watches is the same and measures at 17.65mm, and you can see that the length of the clasp is also exactly the same. Another difference is that on DJ36, aligned with its higher price tag, we have welded Rolex logo at the clasp, as opposed to OP36 where the clasp only receives engraved Rolex logo, which is naturally done to cut the costs, hence the lower price on the OP. While the size of crystal on top of both of these watches is the same, the visibility or clarity isn't so much the same. On DJ36, we have a crystal that is not treated with anti-reflective coating neither internally nor externally. But on the all-new OP36, the crystal comes first time with internal AR coating, and that helps with overall improved legibility and visibility of the dial. Although movement on both of these watches is different, with Datejust showing the date and OP being time-only watch, what's even more interesting is that they even weigh the same. Adjusted to 6.5 inches wrist, DJ36 on my scale weighed at 118 grams, and the OP36 adjusted to same size at 119 grams. Each link of the bracelet on both of these watches is 3 grams, so as you add or remove links, you will change the weight naturally. Talking about the thickness, the DJ did appear to be slightly thinner of the two, but by only 1/10 of millimeter. On my caliber, the thickness of DJ36 came out at 11.56 millimeter, as opposed to OP36, which came out at the thickness of 11.67 millimeter. But if you include the thickness of Cyclops lens on top of DJ into the reading, it will become the thicker of the two and will read at 12.71 millimeter. Both watches come with movements that offer paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring and Paraflex shock absorbers, accuracy of +2 to -2 seconds a day, and a power reserve of 70 hours. Both watches also come with 100 meters of water resistance that is achieved by the screwed-on crown on offer. Putting the watches in the dark, we have beautiful blue lume on both of them, and as I quoted before in the video about the difference in length of hour markers, you can see in this shot that the hour markers are longer on DJ, whereas on OP, not just the hour markers are shorter, but it also has double sticks at 3, 6 and 9 o'clock, which enhance its sporty characters. I left the watches in the dark for another 10 minutes, and although OP is a newer release, the DJ easily won the lume brightness test. On the wrist, both of these watches wear like an absolute joy. Since the case sizes are exactly identical and also the thickness is more or less the same, there's practically no difference in how these watches wear. DJ looks more formal and dressier due to its polished treatment, and OP on the other hand has more casual and sporty characters due to all brushed bracelet, clasp and also the case top surfaces. My wrist size is 6.5 inches and wristband is 55mm. And these watches with lug to lug of approximately 43mm sit in the center of my wrist. Thanks to wider 20mm bracelet, there is no feel that they wear small at all. Rather, they look just about right. And although I personally don't like smaller watches, I actually don't even find them as small. The clasp on both of these watches come with 5mm extension link to give you the flexibility for the wrist stretch. And also, there are micro adjustments on offer on both of these watches, which is a welcome feature. Which one is a better watch between the two has really no right answer. Which one checks out most of the boxes for you is what matters the most. If you're looking for a sporty watch that not only offers 100 meters of water resistance with screw-down crown, but is also understated due to all brushed finish, yet offers a stunning sunburst style to glorify the wrist experience, OP will suit your preference better. But if you want a more formal looking watch, a watch with dressier characters due to fully polished case and then shiny bracelet, and relatively blingy elements with classic looks yet the sporty attributes like 100 meters of water resistance, DJ, have you served better? I will put it this way, if you primarily want a casual or sporty watch that can also be used for formal occasions, OP is your answer. But if you primarily want a dressier watch that is versatile enough for you to go swimming with it, DJ it is.